What's up, y'all? Got another one for you. Hope you're doing all right in New York. I think New York doing all right. Just know that things are going to get better. That things aren't even that bad. We're living in the best time in human history, the most prosperous time in human history. We're just so hyper focused on all the negative things that are happening right now that things seem pretty dire, but things are pretty well right now overall. This kind of theme of this one is, we see, like I was saying, we try to hyper focus on the things that make us feel or put doubt in our minds about the future, our history, and kind of doubt ourselves and where we're going and what's worth it. What part of life is worth actually pouring into. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who just don't have a lot of hope in the future, which is obviously pretty natural. It's not a whole lot of optimism right now. A lot of people are just really staying in their negative mindset, and they don't really want to pour into not only themselves but into other people. And it's I definitely empathize with that. I can't really tell people what to think or how to view the world. You're going to feel how you're going to feel. There's nothing that you can really do about it, honestly. There is a lot of negativity out here. There's a lot of reasons to not have a lot of hope for the future, especially since so much of what we thought was true and what was actually going to be there for us isn't going to materialize. At least not the way that we thought. And I'm definitely coming to terms with a lot of things that we all thought were going to happen for us isn't going to happen. But at the same time, I'm doing this because I can definitely, at least from my perspective, from what I've seen in my 31 years on this planet, that everything comes and goes. There's definitely a natural order to things. I think I might have said this in a previous video, but one of the flaws, I don't even know if I want to say it's flawed, but one of the things that kind of can hold mankind back as a species, as humans, as a species, as animals that we are, is that we tend to forget, depending on where you are, what society that you were brought up in, we kind of tend to forget that there's a natural order to things and that nature kind of dictates everything at the end of the day. And men, sometimes, because humans, we are probably the most egotistical animals in the entire kingdom. We kind of think that we are above it sometimes, that we are above nature, that we can even control it to a higher degree than we actually can. It's very dangerous. It can be very dangerous to think that we are above certain things and that we can control more than what we actually can, and that we can actually just dictate, that we can pretty much play God and just do whatever we want. That has been a lesson that we have just really failed to fully grasp and learn over I don't even know how many thousands, tens, hundreds, thousands of years we've been on this planet. We just really haven't fully grasped that fact that we are not above nature. We are part of it. There is a natural order to things, and we are also very much ruled by our emotions, and we can allow our emotions to really blind us into having this delusion of who we are and what we can and can't do. And because of that, it can paralyze us all to what we have to do, to what is actually good for us in the long term. And I can definitely understand bringing that into like a present sense, that people are kind of losing faith in themselves and in humanity overall, because so many people now, especially in the societies that we're in now, especially here in America and other parts of the world, we're just kind of losing. We're losing track of the fact that we are all part of nature. We're all cogs in a machine that's bigger than all of us. We become hyper individualistic, which in one point, in some parts, it is necessary and it is part of the evolution of humans to kind of think of yourself, because that's pretty much the only way that you can help others is by helping yourself. Same, the opposite always uh, applies too. Only way you can hurt others is by hurting yourself. But we are starting to learn that we do have to be more individualistic to evolve into the best version of ourselves. That is one of the greatest things about humans, that we're constantly evolving, even though that evolution is very painful, and a lot of people want to avoid it because how painful it is to truly face yourself, to jump in a void, look into the abyss, and really kind of face who we truly are. But it is definitely worth it, because there's nothing else really left to do other than just to face yourself and to truly kind of conquer who you are, and really get over yourself, and kind of come at peace to where you are in life, even though it might not be where you thought it would. You didn't really end up where you thought you would be. At the end of the day, you are making a difference, and you are actually doing something that is going to be bigger than yourself. That's definitely something I've always kind of had in the back of my mind, is that everything that I do is bigger than me. I don't operate solely off of my ego, because it's just, there's no real point. At the end of the day, so many people are hyper invested into our societies, into how people feel about us, about you or ourselves, or about the group, and that has definitely been something that was very beneficial for us for hundreds of years, thousands of years. But we got to keep evolving, understand that, yeah, that's something that we just don't need overall. We shouldn't really care about how other people feel about ourselves. We shouldn't even care about how we feel about ourselves, honestly, or it's not as necessary as we thought it was, years and years ago. It is better to kind of know who you are, know where you come from, and come at peace with that. It just makes life. It gives that clarity that we're all kind of looking for. We're all kind of trying to make sense of what's going on out here with the corruption, and people just bringing out the worst in each other, especially since COVID. I think people really have that was a huge wake up call, and people were just kind of just doing pretty much whatever, just kind of just doing whatever makes them feel any type of emotion, and things that I'm learning about people with our new evolved brains is that we all are very much emotionally deregulated. Our emotions are either have been severely neglected, or it's been overexposed. We are just acting almost solely off of our emotions, and for majority of our time on this planet, it's been for our benefit. But right now, it doesn't really seem to be, at least temporarily in the short term, something that is going to be benefiting a lot of us. A lot of us just needs to just exist within our emotions. There's a lot of wisdom in just doing nothing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just spending 2-3 minutes, 2-3 hours, just not doing anything, just not being productive. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of just existing, and realizing that is actually something that is extremely beneficial to you, that you should practice every single day. Sorry about those little stuff if you hear it. But it is this coming to terms with the fact that sometimes you just need to exist. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of benefit of just resting and just being still. My ex, she used to say that all the time, or just keep begging on all the time about resting and allowing yourself to rest. We're constantly just doing so much in today's world that we don't have a whole lot of downtime to just process what's actually going on. We're constantly on to the next thing, on to the next next project, on to the next whatever, and we're just not existing, and it's costing us a whole lot. It truly, truly is. We're losing so much of what's got us here. But just going back on the main topic of people losing faith, not having kids, not starting families. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm all right. I'll survive. But yeah, going back to how people are just losing faith. They're not really starting families, starting communities, kind of really just going inward and not really trying to connect as much. We're not connecting as much as we used to. It's just like all over the world, multiple cultures, multiple different people. It's not just a isolated incident. This isn't something that we're singularly just going through. Especially with our insecurities and our self-doubts. A lot of us think that we're the only ones who have these things, and in reality, we all have them. We all don't have the same ones, but we all have these same thoughts and feelings. And I can definitely understand with everything that's going on, especially with the economy and with, like I said, relationships, with connecting. And with so many people just being so negative, and just how the media is constantly just putting so much self-doubt and fear mongering is at an all-time high as well. I can definitely understand so many people just wanting to check out. You know what I'm saying? Just roll up in their bed and stay in there and just don't come out. I definitely feel that, or just lay around. This